Welcome to Underwire Podcast. This is Wellness Series number 2 with Elisa Allen.
Hi.
Hi. Personal trainer extraordinaire in the industry for over 13 years, over 10,000 personal training sessions, and she is a specialist in functional nutrition and metabolism. If you didn't catch the art of saying no, please do. Elisa, there was so much valuable information in that one.
Thank you. I think we had a nice talk.
Yeah,
loved it. It's nice. It's very conversational.
Yes, these are conversations. So, yes, if you ever get annoyed that my guest is not the only one talking, well, this is a girlfriend conversation. So.
Yes. Yes.
So today we're going to talk about to walk is to win, and I want you to stick around until the end because Elisa has a cool study, a PubMed study.
Yep.
And you are going to learn how you are causing your body to become resistant to exercise.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But how many women do we know that are friends, right?
Yeah.
I exercise every day for like 3 hours and I'm not losing weight.
Yeah.
Okay, but save that little secret till the end.
Sniglet.
Okay.
It's a sniglet.
And don't forget to subscribe and share and all those YouTube-y things. That'd be great. All right. So what is the first thing you would like to talk about when it comes to walking?
Okay. So what's so cool is back in the day in the fitness industry, walking was like, that's not hard enough. That's not hardcore enough. That's not enough. Well, I'll walk, but I'm doing it with weights and a vest, and it's not, and I'm going to power walk, and I'm going to ruin it basically.
Yes.
And the thing is, what's so cool is now that we're in 2023, the fitness industry is realizing, okay, so this low intensity walking thing or this non-exercise activity steps, this is the way to go. And people are having incredible health journeys and benefits from low impact, non-aggressive, literally going downstairs to get the laundry out of the dryer, walking and step improvement throughout their day with non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is just your daily steps.
Okay, thermogenesis, that's fancy. Do you want to explain that?
Neat. So it's you can just use the phrase neat, okay? And this is, and all it means is it's your non-exercise steps, okay? It's literally just when you walk from your desk to the lunchroom. It's when you walk from the living room to your bedroom. It's when you walk around the grocery store to buy the whole family food. It's your non-exercise activity steps.
Gotcha.
That's what we're talking about for NEAT.
Okay. Which, you always want to try to take the stairs in a safe building instead of the elevator.
Sure.
And I remember when the Fitbits came out.
Oh, yeah.
It really does work, man.
Yeah.
It messes with your head because I remember I had that stupid little Fitbit on.
Yeah.
And I was watching TV and I didn't get to my 10,000 steps.
Yeah.
This is how I watch TV.
Yeah.
I was like, and my family was like,
jump.
You are so crazy. I'm like, I am not going to bed till I get my 10,000 steps.
Right. And that's the way it's done. And I will say this, what's so cool about Fitbit is it's sort of, it made it cool. Like it's okay to just get steps in that aren't gasping steps in. And it's okay to keep things moderate. And frankly, a lot of times, especially for us women, it's better. Mm-hmm. So if you think about it, I have a couple things about exercise here. Exercise and appetite. These are two big things. Okay. So a short, intense exercise session, 10 minutes, but it's intense. You're breathing hard. There's B's and H's. Breathless, burning, heavy heat. The weights feel heavy. You're sweating. But it's only 10 minutes. Okay. Studies have shown for your metabolism and for your appetite, there's a hunger delay. Like you almost feel sick after doing a quick burst like that. You can't eat right away. Okay. It also shows that later in the day, you're probably not going to grab a cheesecake. You might have a salad for lunch. If you're one of those people, it depends on who you are.
Yeah.
Like if you do these short bursts of activity and then you do grab a cheesecake, okay, well, maybe we don't do that activity.
Yeah.
It's not a good one for you. And it also, other studies have shown that long, moderate exercise, which is like an hour run, like I'm going to go out for a run, huge kick up in hunger, huge kick up in appetite.
I definitely noticed that.
Huge kick up. People who do excessive, lots of cardio, they are starving all the time and they are hangry all the time. And you'll notice people who are like training for a race, sometimes you'll look at them and be like, they're gaining weight because they're hungry.
Right.
Hunger's out of control. And then long, low intensity, which is just leisure walking, has been shown no hunger kick up. So you're not, and what's happening is your cortisol levels aren't rising, okay? Because there's a gap with exercise. And that's the thing, you guys, with exercise, with movement, things like that. Here's the calorie gap. Okay, so you're doing this large amount of exercise and you've had very little food. If the gap is big like that, this is not going to be a sustainable lifestyle for you.
No, it's not.
You're going to eat everything in 4 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
We've all been there
it's over.
As women.
Like you might do okay Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, you are crushing tacos while you're waiting for the nachos to get done, and you're also eating Fruity Pebbles.
And maybe a margarita. Yeah. Well, non-alcoholic.
Right. The thing about low intensity walking is it actually lowers cortisol. Okay. Which also means it's lowering your stress response. Oh. So it's a stress reducer. So if they listen to our first wellness podcast about saying no, you are actually de-stressing when you walk at a leisure pace. Yeah.
It's probably better, and this is so non-scientific. This is just me talking. It's probably better when you walk with a friend because then you have the positive endorphins going because you're yapping.
And it depends on the person. Some ladies do really well with that. Other people use that time. Like for me, I do my walks early and I'm very, I'll tell you what I do. I do 2 now during the day because I'm doing it with my coworkers to get them moving postprandial, which means after meals. That's all that big word means, by the way. It just means after meals because that improves with digestion.
Okay.
And a lot of people in my workplace are sedentary.
Yeah.
So I started this lunch bunch. And so after lunch every day, we walk 1.2 miles and we walk their pace.
Oh, that's great.
And we just chat.
That's great.
And there is no music and there's nothing. But like you said, if you can go with a friend,
yes.
Like you are de-stressing, not just with the walking, but the unloading of the day with a girlfriend, with a friend, just a friend, any friend.
And you bring up a good point. So for everybody listening, like, again, I listen to our first one on The Art of Saying No because we do talk about the guilt factor. And just, I think the more we progress in society, the more stupid we get, I swear. Because everything you're saying, Elisa, goes back to like caveman days.
Yeah.
And like even up to the industrial age when farming came about, right? Farmers would do that slow, long pace all day, working the land.
Right.
It wasn't crazy. I'm going to CrossFit and flipping some tires,
No.
And they would have dinners with their families.
Right.
And they had community. And oh my gosh, it makes me sad because I feel like we are the proverbial hamster on the hamster wheel.
Yeah. Think about ladies you see at the gym running on the treadmill.
Yeah.
That's the hamster wheel.
Yeah.
That's this day and age's hamster wheel.
And there's different types of walks. If you like to take a meditative walk by yourself and pray while you walk.
Beautiful.
Or listen to soothing music.
Yes.
Or maybe you're in the mood to do a power walk and you have, Metallica in your ear or something,
You
and
might.
for you youngins, that's, you can look that up.
They are actually on Stranger Things, y'all.
Oh, okay.
So season 3, Eddie, Master of Puppets, that is Metallica, by the way.
Or like I know I just went on a hike with a girlfriend and and listen, she is a runner, I am not, and I thought, nope, guess what? I, without even trying because we're yapping our gums, hiked 6 miles uphill and I ran at least probably 2 of them and I don't run.
Whoa.
I just felt so like my endorphins were going, you know what I mean? Like, and I was happy and we were talking, I was having fun. I don't have fun on the treadmill.
That's the thing. And that's what we want. We like the low intensity walking is now cool, and I'm so glad.
Good.
And for me personally, as a person who is who was and is a recovering chronic overexerciser, chronic dieter, this for me, I thought I'm not going to be able to do this, and it was a struggle. But it's been 18 months.
Oh wow.
I have not run.
I'm so proud of you.
All I do is this low walking. My insane hunger cravings are gone. I'm not having a cortisol response. I feel sometimes it's all I want to do. I just want to have, like, I really enjoy, today's my favorite day on Wednesdays. Wednesdays, I have clients early, so I don't work out at all. And I'm not working out anyway this week, but I do walk. And with the nice weather now, I'm able to walk outside. So I walk right when, like, the sun's coming up.
Oh,
and it's
that's
like
so therapeutic.
I know. And then sometimes I'll listen to my coach's podcast, or I'll listen to your podcast. And if I just want to hear another human being's voice, and then other times I'll just listen to music that's like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure people see me and think, like, she's drunk. Like, she's like smiling. It's 5 a.m.
Listen, I think you bring up a good point as women, okay? Yeah. Please, can we get back to listening to our instincts and not having to be so scientific about everything and regimented and go, okay, here's the schedule,
right?
And I'm going to do X on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. How about I'm going to wake up and feel like, what do I feel like today?
That's it.
Do I feel like praying when I walk, or do I feel like really ramping it up and listening to some hardcore music and speed walking? And it goes back to what we talked about in the podcast, The Art of Saying No. It depends on what phase you are in your menstrual cycle, whether you're going to have that energy or not, whether you want to be more soothing or hardcore.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're saying this about walking, because I'm embarrassed to say I lived through that era of the fitness industry where we were like, oh, they just walk their dog.
Yeah. Right.
And then guess what I do now? I walk my dog.
And guess what? They had better health than all of us.
Yes.
They did.
Right.
They have better, I'll tell you, they have better digestion, because when you walk after meals, it aids in digestion. So if you are a person who struggles with early bloat, if you are a person who struggles with constipation, any kind of gut issue in itself, to help you better digest, not only slowing down your eating, but to walk postprandial. And I don't mean a 2-mile walk. I mean a 10-minuter. Mm-hmm. Like, you can go out there for 10 minutes after a meal and have a huge impact on gut health.
Do you remember the days where families would eat together? So they had the communal eating like we talked about.
And then take a walk?
Yes.
Yes. I have a client who walks with her family after meals.
Are we messing everything up or what? I don't know. I think we're getting back on track, don't you? I think we're learning.
Well, I think that once we realized that, like,
how stupid we are.
Yeah. I think once people realize that you don't have to go hard or go home.
Good. Thank you. Can you talk a little bit, and I don't know if you were going to talk about this, but can you talk a little bit about that hardcore exercise? Because, again, this is what used to happen to me, and the lactic acid buildup.
Hardcore exercise is, here is the thing with hardcore exercise. Do you mean like HIIT training and all that?
Well, no, I mean, okay, like, if there's a time and a place for everything. And when I was 25, I could hardcore like a maniac.
Yeah.
Then I wondered when I was 35 why I was getting lactic acid buildup, and I was like almost going into I can't think of the medical term of that now when that happens, but you know what I mean? I think we have to be cognizant of what is my age, what is my activity level on a daily basis, and I'm, what have I worked my way up to doing? Like, you can't go from like, oh, I just watch Netflix every night, and then I'm just going to run a 5K on Saturday.
See, this is why everybody quits.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, too, we go too hard too fast. And the thing is, as we get into different phases in our lives, like, I'm not a 25-year-old athlete. I'm not going to bench. I'm not going to squat. I'm not going to do that work that they do. I am no longer interested at all in any kind of hard, aggressive cardio. Mentally, for me, I feel like I always thought that, like, I have to perform at this level because of my job.
I know, I did too.
I have to perform at this level. And I hated it. And I hated the people I was around. And I hated the runs. I would say now that is 100% why I work out by myself. Not always. I will always be alone. I will never have another partner again. That is so good for other people, and it's such a motivator. For me, it did a number on my psyche, and it's just, I won't go there again.
So for everyone listening, especially women, know your body.
Yeah.
Know what you like and what you don't like. Don't work out with mean girls.
Yeah. But the other thing is too, remember we're in phases of our lives. Like for me now, I'm 50 years old.
Yes.
The worst thing I could possibly do is HIIT.
Yes.
The worst thing I could do is distance run.
Thank you for saying that.
And why? Because I'm going to have a cortisol response. I already have estrogen levels tanking and progesterone lowering and my testosterone lowering. I don't need to add to the perfect storm. I need to de-stress the system.
Okay,
so I
now,
will walk.
let me play devil's advocate because you're going to have some naysayers.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 55 or I'm 60 and I still run marathons.
Great.
Okay.
Perfect.
Guess what? You have a different DNA makeup than I do.
Well, and the other thing is too, there are people that can run marathons as long as they're recovered.
Yes.
Great.
Right.
But I take recovery above all else.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am not exercising this week at all because I went back. I felt exhausted Sunday and it's weird for me. So I went back through and I haven't had a week off since July 3rd of 2022 when my family went to Wildwood.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, oh, okay, that's it.
Right.
But I'm not adjusting my food. I'm not putting myself in a deficit because I'm not working out. I'm only doing these walks and I'm just chilling out.
And you're listening to your body.
And I'm not having a cortisol response. And I'm not.
And as women, don't you love when we get to be around, certain ages, but we're, I'm approaching 50 as well. When did you turn 50?
April 8th.
Oh, I remember. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, mine's coming up, but
yeah.
I love how when we get older, we know ourselves better.
Yeah.
And we own it.
Yeah.
And you start that art of saying no gets a lot easier.
Yeah.
But if you would talk to, so I looked up some stuff. Harvard researchers, blah blah blah.
Ooh.
So they said walking, like you're talking about, counteracts the effects of weight promoting genes. So they researched obesity promoting genes in over 12,000 people.
Okay.
To determine how much these genes actually contribute to body weight. And they said, like you're saying, that they discovered that among the study participants who walked briskly, only for about a half an hour a day, the latest research confirms that walking can reduce cravings, and you spoke to that.
Yeah.
You totally know what you're talking about. And the intake, they didn't crave sugary snacks either.
That's an interesting study.
Yeah. So they also said it reduces walking moderately, like you're talking about, also reduces the risk of developing breast cancer.
That's an interesting article.
Interesting.
I'll have to read that.
Isn't that?
Yeah. I'm not familiar with that.
Wow. American Cancer Society study that zeroed in on walking found that women who walked 7 or more hours a week had a 14% lower risk of breast cancer.
Wow.
Now, 14%, so it's nothing to sneeze at, right?
It's nothing to sneeze at.
It eases joint pain, obviously, because it's not impact, right?
The thing about walking is anybody can do it.
I know.
Okay, it doesn't matter your size. It doesn't matter your weight. And you don't have to go fast. Like, that's the thing. Yep. I see more health benefits from putting the brakes on, not going. I would never power walk.
Oh, really?
Never.
Huh.
Never again. I will never do it. I would never. I walk at a leisure pace. You could have a conversation with me. You could pull up in your car like this one woman keeps doing because apparently a beagle keeps getting lost out my way. And I've had it with this beagle because he has now ruined 2 walks for me. And people will pull up and say, do you know whose dog this is? And I say, no, but I do now, everyone.
Okay.
He will not ruin a walk again because they make me run around and ask the other neighbors. But what I'm saying is when they pull up to me, I can easily have a conversation while I'm moving.
Yes.
And that's where I need to be.
Yes.
I need to be on the low.
Yes.
I need to be on the low end of things. No more high intensity for me. I'm just not into it. You'll never see me walk with weights. You'll never see me walk with a vest. You'll never see me wog. It's chill.
Well, listen. And because, again, like you said, you have to know what stages in life. Yeah. But you still lift. So you get that other benefit, a little bit. And then the last one they said is it boosts immune function.
Yes. 100%.
I didn't realize that. A study of over 1,000 men and women found that those who walked at least 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week, are you ready for this? Had 43% fewer sick days.
Wow. Isn't that amazing?
That's a high number.
Yeah.
So, I mean, get out there and walk, people. Yeah. Please, women, take the pressure off of yourself that you should be out there flipping tires at 50 years old or whatever. Do what you like.
Do what you love.
Know your body.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? What did I say? Go ahead. What else would you like to say about walking?
Okay. So, the study that I brought in today was from, is actually one my coach told me about, and I looked it up on PubMed. So what this did was this looked at a control group of people, okay, and this concerned exercise resistance, okay? There is this thing called exercise resistance, and what that means is you can lose the effects of exercise by being sedentary. So this means if you're a person who might go to the gym and put in the work for like 1 hour, but the rest of the day you remain sedentary, you are not quite getting the effects of the gym, of the calorie burn, of the metabolizing of fatty acids, of the metabolizing of, fat metabolism. So it stops, like it's not as effective if you do an exercise session and then sit all day long. What would be great is if you can give yourself sort of like exercise, just sprinkling in a little exercise throughout the day in a very easy fashion. So there's been a lot of research, but it's been shown that if you are a person who is stuck at your desk, if you sprinkle in 20 seconds every hour of some kind of exercise, and it can be what works for you. Yeah. It doesn't have to be like intensely riding on the exercise bike in the next room for 20 minutes. It could be, 20 seconds of push-ups. It could be 30 body weight squats, whatever works for you. But this movement will help you. And what it did was it improved fat metabolism after eating.
Wow.
Yeah. And the other thing is, where though? Like, what's the amount of steps? So in this particular study that I'm referencing, they took one group and they had them perform exercise every day, but then they changed the step count. So the first time this group of people, they did 2,500 steps a day. No increase in fat metabolism or oxidation of fats. None of it, right? 2,500 steps, nothing.
Okay.
5,000 steps, nothing. At about 8,500 steps, they started to see significant improvements in postprandial, in the postprandial fat metabolism for these people.
I wonder if that's where researchers came up with like 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah, that's not even like a thing. Like that's more of a marketing thing, not so much an exercise
that was probably
thing.
Like made up by Dr. Oz or something.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just one of those things. Like when they all said that white rice was bad. Yeah, that's not a thing. And 8x8 for water is also not a thing. That's not a real science thing.
What's 8x8? I've never heard that.
Drink 8 glasses of water, 8 ounces. Yeah.
Oh. But while you look for that, I'm just going to tell everybody that Elisa brings up interesting points because, again, it goes back to instincts, common knowledge, and, you go back to caveman days or however far back in history you want to go. People were not sitting at desks all day. They were not staring at screens all day. They were moving at a slow pace consistently throughout the day. And that is why when I had a virtual online thing for a while, we used to put office workouts.
Yes.
Office workouts are so important. If you're sitting 8 hours a day, you should be getting up once per hour and doing some squats, doing some lunges, stretching, like you said, push-ups. Any type of movement once per hour for 8 hours is better. What Elisa is saying is better than you sitting all day at your job for 8 hours, going to the gym. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. I'm going to hit the gym for an hour and go home and sit some more.
Right.
Right? So
basically the PubMed study, fat metabolism didn't look great for 2,500 or 5,000 steps, but over 8,000 steps, it really improved. So we know 8,000, 8,500 would be a safe minimum. But the other thing is too, don't make it an exercise session, because there are people out there that are chronic over-exercisers. So don't be like, oh, well, if 8,500 is great, 25,000 would be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
True.
Right. Don't, like, and this is what I told.
People do tend to take things to the extreme.
I printed this for a client, and I wrote, don't be a jerk. Don't make it an exercise session. I want you to get steps throughout the day. Interrupt a sedentary day every hour for 20 seconds. Okay. This is going to help improve your insulin sensitivity, your cardiovascular benefits. It's going to metabolize fat better for you. And just like I said, over-exercisers, man, don't.
Good.
Okay. What a person who would over-exercise is, sure, we want their step count to count, but make it easy steps, and also think about things like mobility and stretching and things like that. And under-exercisers and sedentary, gentle walking and movement, short bursts at your desk job, quick trips up the steps, squats at your desk, or could you walk AM or PM or 10 minutes after a meal?
Listen, do you know the analogy I used to tell my clients? You're going to think that you've probably heard this, but you're going to think it's funny. I used to say, listen, if you think you're going to sit all day at your job, 10 hours a day, sit at night after you make dinner, you're going to come in here for an hour 3 times a week and see results. That's like saying, I'm going to brush my teeth 5 times on Sunday.
Yeah, but not
so I don't have to brush my teeth Monday through Saturday.
That's a great analogy, though.
It's like everybody goes, ew, whenever I say that.
Yeah.
But isn't it true?
Yeah, but you were really ahead of your time.
Well,
that was
I always am, Elisa.
I know. My gosh. Oh, my gosh.
I am an Aquarius. We're ahead of our time.
I guess.
But, and we believe in aliens, but that's another podcast. But no, anyway. But it is true. And that makes me cringe when I think about, I'm going to brush my teeth 6 times, 6 times on Sunday and not do it all week. That is the same thing with movement. Yeah. And if you can remember that. Yeah. Plus, I don't know about you, but because the older I've gotten, I've had a lot of desk jobs now. Yeah. It goes against. Simple, though. It's like. Yeah. It goes against what I innately want to do. I feel if I'm sitting too long, I have to get up.
Oh, yeah.
I have to get up. And we won't even talk about what we do to poor kids in school, making them sit there all day long. That's another, anyway. Okay, so we kind of got off topic. Yeah. But walking. So to walk
is to win.
Is to win, girlfriend. Yeah. And we are going to be back with another episode, another podcast. Yes. In this wellness series, satisfaction with every meal. Mm-hmm. I love that. Okay. So for now, peace out. But I keep forgetting to tell people, please tell them where they can find you online.
Oh, www.e360fit.com.